In this paper, we present a method for estimating the pose of a 3D object from a single photo, using a previously acquired untextured 3D model of that object. This is a challenging problem as we neither have information about the texture of the object, nor do we know the lighting during the exposure of the photograph. To address these issues, we introduce a robust registration pipeline which builds upon a new gradient representation for renderings of 3D models. These average shading gradients abstract from the lighting by computing the average gradient magnitude over all directions of a single point light source, assuming a simple yet effective Lambertian shading model. This representation matches well against shading gradients found on real photographs, and we use it as a building block in our robust registration pipeline. We can register images showing the object in different illuminations, with different scales, and with different quality levels of the untextured 3D model. Also, the object does not need to be fully visible in the photo.
We propose a new incremental structure from motion algorithm based on a novel structureless camera resection technique. The traditional resection method first triangulates the 3D points. It then computes the camera pose using 3D, 2D correspondences and the P&P algorithm. However, this method has one potential problem. In this toy example, each camera sees only 2 of the 3 objects in the scene. Following the traditional resection method, we can first use 2 images to triangulate the 3D points of the bag of cane sugar. But the point cloud of the cane sugar cannot be seen by the third camera. Therefore, the traditional method fails to register the third image. To solve this problem, we propose a set of minimal solvers that estimate the camera pose between a generalized camera and a pinhole camera. In the experiment, our method successfully registers all 3 images. Moreover, our new structure from motion method can improve the number of registered images compared to standard structure from motion.
Our pipeline starts with a semi-automatic segmentation step. The user selects an area to indicate the granularity of segmentation. The second step of our system is proceduralization. First, repetitions of the same segment are coalesced into one consensus model by an iterative closest point algorithm. Using Poisson surface reconstruction, we visually show the improvement of our consensus model as compared to the original model. Next, we place all segments into a tree hierarchy. Here, we show three patterns. In an editing session, the user can resize in all dimensions. The user can split, and the user can copy and paste segments or groups. Here, the original building, the consensus-enhanced building, and various editing outcomes are shown. We present more procedural editing and synthesis results of several buildings.
Objects with similar type and shape are common in man-made environments. In this work, we try to exploit this fact for improving volumetric 3D reconstruction. Given an initial reconstruction of the scene, we detect similar objects and jointly construct a model of them while aligning them with the observations. Our objective iteratively aligns the object instances while updating the model parameters. Here, we show a close-up of the same scene, with the joint reconstruction overlaid over the initial reconstruction. Note how our results, shown on the right, are able to reduce clutter and complete missing surfaces in the baseline reconstruction on the left.
The goal of this work is to find matches between image pairs captured under wide baseline settings when the epipolar line geometry is known. Finding correspondences in a wide baseline setting is challenging. Such images may be subject to significant distortion. We approach the problem by modeling this distortion. Specifically, we generate candidate matches using SIFT restricted to corresponding epipolar lines. We aim to identify the inlier matches and remove the outlier ones. We then solve a constraint optimization problem, seeking a deformation map that respects the epipolar constraints and whose local distortion is bounded. We use an L0 functional to accept as many of the candidate correspondences as we can. We show that a set of bounded distortion maps that obey the epipolar line constraint is convex, allowing us to introduce an efficient algorithm for matching. We show results on the stretcher dataset.
Previous work on body reconstruction from monocular RGBD requires the user to stand still, or to move slowly whilst being scanned. Still, the level of detail is improvable. Exploiting the time continuity of human motion and a model of body shape and appearance, we extract detailed models from arbitrary monocular sequences. To bridge the gap between partial, noisy RGBD data and a complete reconstruction, we introduce a novel parametric body model, Delta. Delta combines a multi-resolution full body shape space with a head-specific shape model, and uses high-resolution displacement and texture maps. We captured short RGBD sequences for a variety of motions and subjects. Our approach can track challenging motions even when the connect fails. The resulting shape and appearance models resemble the level of detail found from laser scanners. Furthermore, we are able to capture subtle soft tissue deformations. Professional body scanners may be expensive, bulky, and restrict the subject's range of motion. We show that a single connect can be a viable alternative to this, making full body scanning easier and much more fun.
Here, we present our paper, a collaborative filtering approach to real-time hand pose estimation. We demonstrate our method for real-time hand pose estimation on live hand sequences.
Fine-grained categorization is an extremely challenging task. This is due to two main issues: how to localize the descriptive region for recognition and how to learn sophisticated features for representation. Neither of them is easy to handle if there is insufficient label data. We leverage the fact that a subordinate level object has extra labels in its ontology trees. These free labels can be used to train a series of CNN-based classifiers. The internal representation of these networks have different regions of interest, allowing the construction of multi-grain descriptors that encode informative features covering all the grain levels. Our multiple granularity descriptors can be learned with the weighted supervision, requiring only limit level labels. And the experimental results on 3 challenging datasets demonstrate that our approach outperforms the state-of-the-art algorithms.
Just noticeable differences in visual attributes. Given an image, we could describe it using a binary attribute, such as serious or not serious. Furthermore, we could also use a relative attribute to compare a pair of images. However, while some pairs of images have a clear ordering, for others, the difference may be indistinguishable to human observers. At what point do two images become indistinguishable with respect to a given attribute? We argue that this situation calls for a model of just noticeable differences. Just like the famous McAdam ellipses spanning indistinguishable colors in the CIE color space, we argue that the span of indistinguishable pairs in the attribute space also vary in size and orientation, based on where in this feature space one looks. To that end, we propose a Bayesian local learning strategy to infer when images are indistinguishable for a given attribute. Please visit our website for more information.
We first extract top candidates based on the spherical maps of segmented objects. Then we apply multitask learning to explore points relationship, guided by matching descriptors and image camera poses. During MTL training, each image is treated as a task with a camera pose. Descriptors belonging to the same 3D point are classified into the same group. We use a SFM model reconstructed by a video for query. The point obtaining the highest correlation score is considered the corresponding point, followed by a majority vote. We then perform camera pose estimation using all correspondences. We also test our MTL retrieval on thermal domain for dark environment localization. Edge orientation histogram feature is extracted from thermal and visible tasks. In query, the location achieving the highest combined correlation of both thermal and visible tasks is the retrieval location.
Hello everyone. This is our work, Syn-domain active part models for object representation. We propose it to handle the geometric variations caused by viewpoint change, articulation, and occlusions. This method provides richer object representations, including 2D parts and object localization, as well as 3D camera viewpoints and landmark shapes. Instead of fixing the angle position of unary part models, we're trying to model the parts in the 3D scene domain subspace. And so we can apply it to 2D objects and object detection and parts localization, as well as 3D viewpoint estimation and landmark shape estimations. Thank you. That's all for our
In this paper, we address the task of learning novel visual concepts and their interactions with other concepts from a few images with sentence descriptions. An image captioning model which needs to be trained with a large amount of samples might perform well on previously learned concepts, but cannot easily handle this task. This task is hard because we typically lack training samples for novel concepts. It's also slow to retrain the whole model from scratch. In addition, models only trained on novel concepts overfit easily. We have two major contributions to this task. First, we construct and release new datasets. Second, we propose a new framework which is fast, simple, and effective. In our model, we propose the transposed weight sharing strategy that reduces around 50% of parameters and a baseline probability fixation strategy to avoid overfitting. Our model performs comparably or even better than the models retrained from scratch, but much faster. Please check out the novel visual concept dataset used in the paper on the project page, or scan the QR code. Thank you.
Learning common sense through visual abstraction. We study the problem of assessing how plausible common sense assertions are. We represent assertions as tuples of the form squirrel looks at nuts. Can vision help this problem? The visual world is full of structure obeying common sense. However, accurate detection of interactions between objects is still not a solved problem. But note that common sense lives in the semantics of the scene and not the little pixels of an image. We use abstract scenes made from clip art to model common sense. To assess whether squirrel wants nuts is plausible, we could compute the similarity between the tuple and a known plausible tuple, squirrel looks at nuts. In terms of text semantics, want is not very similar to look at. But if we were to ground the concepts in vision, we see that the two concepts are visually quite similar. We use text and vision to jointly learn common sense. To know more, visit our project page.
Our motivation is to go beyond 2D classification towards 3D understanding of images. We believe deep convolutional neural networks can also be powerful in 3D inference. However, it's hard to acquire high-quality annotations such as 3D viewpoints. Our solution is to leverage large 3D shape datasets to synthesize training data. Since our models are aligned, we get high-quality 3D viewpoint labels for free. Trained on rendered images, our model outperforms state-of-the-art CNNs trained on real images. Here, we visualize our 3D viewpoint estimation results on real test images. Our code, data, and model are available online.